Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members of the Patreons. Make sure to subscribe and let's get into it, guys. So today we're going to talk a little bit about if BVR is dead or not. Here we are flying a little bit with the F-16C, and we're going to try to do a little bit of some BVR. And I don't know, guys, it's been a while since I've done one of these videos, and I gotta be honest, like, a lot of people consider BVR useless, and I try to change a little bit on the way that I play, just to see if I can actually have an idea of what people meant with useless, you know. But I gotta be honest, guys, every single match, if you know what you're doing and if you are using a proper aircraft, because there are some aircraft that, even though they can do BVR, they are in a severe disadvantage. There is always like the Mirage, for example. It's an aircraft that, even though it can do BVR, it's not really good to like use the Super 530 from far away in a normal match. I don't think. I just like to use them in a shorter range, but that's just my personal preference. While with the R27s and the Sparrows, I like to try to fire them from a very far distance, right? And I can lose targets, I can miss targets, and I can like normally get just one kill or anything like that. But think about this, guys. It is, if you get one of these kills, it is a kill that you are getting before the guys even are doing anything to your team. So the first one there was an easy evade for him. He just went cold and I lost the lock. But the second target will continue to go towards me. Does that mean that the target was the most dangerous thing ever? No, it wasn't. It was an F-14 that wasn't really paying attention to its RWR. It was locking me, as you see over here. He probably fired a Phoenix or something like that, but he was just going straight for me, you know. And I got him and destroyed him before he got near us. So at the start of the match, it's always a very good option to try to do this, to actually get one or two targets, you know, dead at the beginning of the match without them doing any harm to your team. Does this mean that it is the most meta thing ever? Does this mean that it will completely change the match? No, but at least you are trying to help somebody, or you're trying to help your team while getting kills from far away. And that's where I think the meta of BVR is, you know, trying to kill people that are really far away before they can do any harm to your team. If you are not comfortable doing that, if you are not using an aircraft that it's really good at that, maybe yes, I would say that it's not really worth it. And for 99% of the players, there are like people that don't even think it's you know, enjoyable to do that. So for those, or for people that really just want to just do the most meta thing ever, of course firing at a, you know, closer distance target from up close flying low can always be a very good tactic as well. The point is that it kind of doesn't matter. You can do BVR, you cannot do BVR, you can do whatever you want and still be effective if you know what you're doing with your own aircraft. And that's the main thing. I think people complain about X or Y, or they have their own ways of flying, and then they want a lot of people just, or the other people just like following their steps and trying to fly in the way that they think it's the most effective way or the most meta way. But the thing is that it kind of doesn't matter. Each player has its own way of flying, its own way of playing in tanks or aircraft or whatever. And at the end of the day, you, as I was saying, you can be effective with no matter the way that you fly the aircraft. And that's what I think my objective with this video was, to try to bring that idea to you guys. Yes, there are certain ways of flying and certain aircraft that are more meta than others, that are easier, and that I think in the most general sense ever will be the easiest for the majority of the players to fly. Flying low is one of those. You know, it's a type of way of flying that prevents you from dying a head-on from a BVR missile. But it doesn't mean that it's the only way of flying. And it's completely fine that you are flying that way. But there are other ways that can be effective as well. For me, if I'm flying an F-16, an F-14, or the MiG-29s, or even the Yaks, of course, I always try to fly a little bit higher to try to get these kills from, you know, away from the target as a BVR engagement. I always find that I at least get one kill, and it's always nice to start the match, and it's fun for me to get one kill from very far away at the start of the match. Here it's an example of the tactics that I use that are more common, if you will, for a person that it's not really, you know, enjoying flying high, or if you are using an aircraft that I don't like to use in a BVR kind of engagement. I don't know why, it's just a way that I fly. I don't think, maybe it's the speed of the missile or something like that. I don't really enjoy doing BVR with the Mirage. I think it's kind of hard sometimes, and it's just, even with the autopilot buff that he had, the Super 530, it's a way better missile in shorter ranges than it is a missile for longer ranges. So I just think that it needs to wait for the perfect position, and if you wait for the perfect position, you already have only 4 missiles anyway, right? So you need to make them count, and, you know, make them as 100% as possible to be effective. So you will see, for example, the type of kill that I get with the Super 530. It's the perfect kill for it. I will turn to the right over here, and I will spot an F-16 very, very soon. And he's very close to me. And that's where I think, you know, the Mirage really shines, and the missile really shines. But, of course, the R-27 and the Sparrow can also do that. It doesn't mean that you cannot do it with other missiles. It's just that with the Mirage, I think it's the best option to do it. So as you see over there, I see a target that it's very close to me, and like 8-9 kilometers, right? And I just shot the missile, and it's really hard for him to evade. The Super 530 is amazing at these distances. So that's the point. The meta changes, and the BVR is not that. It's just that it depends on what you want to do with the missiles and with the aircraft. Anyway, do what you want and fly on the most effective way that you like. I see you guys on the next one, and bye.